Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty big announcements to go over. Black Bolt and White Flare have been revealed. We also have some new events that have been announced, as well as that some Legends DA DLC rumors for next May. A lot of things to take a look at today, so if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's go over some new announcements. The first one is for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. It is a new 7-star Terra Raid battle event. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the next 7-star Terra Raid battle has been fully revealed. Battle against a Steel Terra type Metagross. It runs from the 9th of May through to the 11th of May, and then again a week later from the 16th of May through to the 18th of May. So again, it's another one of those pseudo-legendary Terra Star Raid events. We've had Tyranitar, we've had Dragonite, all sorts, and now it is Metagross's turn. I don't think it's going to have Clear Body, so it shouldn't be too difficult to take down, but either way, that is the next 7-star Raid announcement. And then as well as that, we have a new event that is also now live in Pokemon TCG Pocket. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon TCG Pocket Sneak Peek campaign has begun another run. During this, Wonder Picks will have a chance to show you a card before you pick. And it says runs until the 12th of May 2025. So you've got, what, a week left of this. It finishes next Monday. It's a pretty cool kind of idea. It's never really worked too well for me because I don't know what you have to do in order to get a sneak peek. I think it's just random. But yeah, it basically means you go from a 20% chance of getting the card that you want to a 25% chance, because obviously you'll flip a card if it's not the one you want and you just don't pick that one. So it makes your odds a little bit better, but at the end of the day, it is still obviously all RNG. But anyway, those are a couple of new announcements for various different Pokemon games. Moving on, let's go over the big announcement that's kind of shocking the TCG world right now, and it is the reveal of Black Bolt and White Flare. So we've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying the next Pokemon TCG set has been officially revealed for Japan. Black Bolt and White Flare will focus on Pokemon of the Unova region, and this releases on the 6th of June 2025 in Japan. So obviously it's going to come to the West later on down the line. It usually comes out like 3-4 months later, so maybe like a September, October release for this for everybody else. But obviously we have Guardian here kind of doing all of the rounds, making sure they've got all the big information. So this is all the kind of info you need to know about this new set. The artwork for it looks absolutely incredible, by the way. Cannot believe how good of a job they've done with this artwork. Again, if you're wondering why they're doing this, it's not because of Black and White remakes. It's because it's the 20th or the 15th anniversary of Black and White this year. Don't know why we didn't get anything for the 25th anniversary of Johto last year, but it is what it is. And this is basically the 151 equivalent. It's the Generation 5 equivalent of 151, should I say. So the 151 set that came out, that's obviously still really sought after and stuff. This is the Unova version of that. But anyway, the 4th set of 2020-25 for Japan, called SV118, or B, I think that is, Scarlet and Violet expansion Black Bolt, SV11W Scarlet and Violet expansion pack White Flare is officially revealed. This dual set is scheduled to release on the 6th of June 2025. So this set, just like Pokemon 151, includes all 156 Unova Pokemon released in the Black and White video games. They specifically mentioned this is the setting for the adventures of Pokemon Black and White and Pokemon Black and White 2. Also, the holo foil from the Black and White series makes a return. Lastly, important information is that all 156 Unova Pokemon in this set will have an AR or an SAR card, as confirmed in this slide during the live stream. So that's kind of mad, because I think Pokemon 151 had like 20-odd SIRs or SRs or whatever. This has 156, which is just too many. Like, it's so many to collect, and we all know how difficult it's going to be to get any kind of product of this, because there's no booster boxes or anything like that. This is a special set, so the best thing you're going to be able to get for this is like ETBs and booster bundles, which makes it even more difficult to get all these cards. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath, man. I don't know how people are going to be able to get this set. And then update, more cards have been revealed, yada, yada, yada. New cards got revealed. Hilda, Ignition Energy, Stoutland Evolution line. Also, various reprints have been revealed. Professor's Research, but in Professor's Juniper. Air Balloon, Prism Energy, Sharon Energy Retrieval, and then a Dynamotor Electric. These are all the cards that kind of been revealed. We'll just quickly go through them. So we've got Zekrom here, Kyurem, Superior, Savine, Snivy, Victini, Reshiram. Again, all of these are going to have illustration rears, everything like that. Every single Pokemon from Unova is going to have an illustration rear, which is absolutely incredible. Like, I can't believe how big this set is going to be. And we also have like new variations of cards as well. I'm not a massive fan of these. They're just kind of like 3D prints, but it's like a new rarity or something. I'm not a massive fan of them. I don't think they look great. In my opinion. And then this is just kind of like the product you can get and stuff, and the pack art and everything, and then a few of the cards, what they do like in English and all that jazz. But yeah, that is the main kind of info for this set. I know a lot of people obviously are into the TCG right now, which is why we're kind of covering it and stuff more on the channel. But yeah, I'm very excited for the set, but I'm also very worried about being able to kind of get any kind of cards for this set, because it's just going to be so massively scalped and everything. Honestly, if you're just trying to complete sets nowadays, it might just be worth just buying all the cards individually, because it's so much cheaper. But yeah, anyway, that's the kind of information regarding the black and white set. Moving on, we have some new Nintendo Switch 2 updates to go over. This is quite an interesting one, because we won't go into detail about it, but basically Nintendo are basically filing a lawsuit against Genki. If you don't know who Genki are, they kind of revealed that the Switch 2, I can't remember what they did. They basically said something about the Switch 2 in terms of... that's what it was. It was like a show, and basically Genki had like a model of the Nintendo Switch 2 there, and they're saying this is it. You know, this is basically the dimensions, everything like that. And then they basically had to come out and say, oh no, it actually wasn't that, because obviously Nintendo had said something behind the scenes. But now they're actually filing a lawsuit against them as well. But anyway, got Stealth here tweeting out saying, Nintendo confirmed that formal hardware development of the Nintendo Switch 2 began in 2019. So this was 6 years ago that the Nintendo Switch 2 actually started, only 2 years after the launch of the original Switch. So the Switch obviously sold very well, and within those first 2 years, they were like, screw it, we're just going to absolutely go full speed into this. We're going to make another one of these, which is so much better. We're not going to make it for another 6 years, but they knew that early on that they were going to carry on the Nintendo Switch. So maybe in like 2027, they're already going to start talking and designing the next console, whether that's the Nintendo Switch 3 or it's just going to be a brand new kind of console. It won't come out for another like 6 or so years, but that could be when they start kind of designing that. This information comes from the Nintendo's lawsuit against Genki, and then we have a little bit more information about this here, saying Nintendo was in a very fortuitous position with the Switch being as successful as it was even by 2019. They didn't have to rush and commit to specific specs right away. They could be a lot more fluid with that aspect. But this is how it always is. Even with Sony and Microsoft, the next system is always in development fairly quickly. So yeah, as I said, in a couple of years, they're probably going to start talking about the Nintendo Switch 3 or whatever the next console is going to be. But yeah, started development in 2019, which is kind of wild. But yeah, this lawsuit, I can't see Genki winning this at all because of all the posts and stuff they put up. And yeah, it's not going to be looking great for them. But anyway, that's that. And then moving on, we have another update regarding the Nintendo Switch 2. A new feature was announced today. I think it was on the Nintendo app. But we've got Nintendo Soup here tweeting out saying Nintendo Switch 2 supports up to 8 controllers at the same time. I don't think this was already revealed because they did kind of make an announcement about it on the Nintendo app today. But that's 8 Joy-Cons on one Nintendo Switch 2. So that's a third of how many people can be in a Mario Kart race. Obviously, you got to think that with every like controller that gets plugged in, it's a bit more split screen space. So obviously on a TV, it's not too bad depending on how big the TV is. But yeah, it's going to be like 8 different kind of mini screens on one big TV. But anyway, Nintendo Switch 2 supports up to 8 controllers at the same time. So in the latest Nintendo Today app post, Nintendo shared that Nintendo Switch 2 supports up to 8 wireless controllers at the same time. This means that up to 8 players can play together in a compatible multiplayer game with a single Joy-Con. This is the same number of players and controllers that the Nintendo Switch supports. Okay, so it's not even that crazy. I didn't realize the Switch 1 did 8 people, but anyway, you can do it in the Switch 2 as well. Nintendo also showed the player LEDs for each Joy-Con when the 8 Joy-Cons are connected to the system. Check it out below. So these are the different images here. So obviously you got all the different Joy-Cons here with the Nintendo Switch 2. I did not think you could do 8 with the Switch 1. I thought it was 4, but anyway, you got 1, 2, and then you've obviously got 3, 4. They kind of all light up depending on who it is. So then the first and the fourth light up for the 5th, the first and the third for 6th, and then the first, third, and fourth for 7, and then second and third for 8th. So that will be what it is on the actual Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con when you connect it to it. But I mean, hey, it's good news that they're carrying that on. Again, happy days. Anyway, that's the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. Finishing things off for today's video, we have a new 4chan post to go over regarding DLC for Pokemon Legends ZA. This was posted today. And it was posted by Anonymous, and it's just titled ZA Leaks. Obviously, being posted on 4chan, take it with a massive grain of salt. Also, the whole idea of ZA DLC, I don't even know. We know we were going to get DLC. It was supposed to come out next month, June 2025. Obviously, not happening anymore because the game itself isn't even out probably until like September, October, November time. Will we get DLC? Who knows? A lot of people think it's going to introduce a Mega Zera Aura into the game. It's hard to say. Maybe it's going to be DLC. Maybe it's going to be a free update. Maybe it just gets scrapped altogether, because when are they really going to announce it? Like, ZA is probably coming out September, October time. We might get presents in August. I don't think they're going to announce a DLC for ZA before ZA's even out. And then we obviously have the February presents, where they're going to announce Generation 10. So maybe they announce DLC in that, and it's just a free update, and that comes out like, I don't know, June, whatever. And then obviously we get Gen 10 out in November, but it's hard to say really. But all we know is we were going to get it. It may have been scrapped. It may have been pushed back. It may have been postponed. It may have been changed. Who knows? But anyway, take this with a grain of salt. It says Legends ZA DLC, May 2026. So a year from now, apparently, according to this person, we're going to be getting DLC. And again, I don't think that's a terrible time to kind of drop it, May time. But it's just, you know, they don't want to take any hype away from Gen 10, which I don't think they would. Like, if it's just a free update, I don't think they'd be taking any hype away from it. But at the same time, it's like, I don't think it'd be paid personally. I think it'd be a free update personally. I mean, it goes on to say free update, but yeah, like I say, might be very similar to the Legends Arceus one that we got, or the obviously Mochi Mayhem kind of free update that we got for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's DLC. But anyway, it says it adds 5 new Mega Evolutions. One is Buffalo. I don't think they'd add 5 new Mega Evolutions in a free update. If you take a look at the Legends Arceus free update, we didn't really get anything new in that regarding like Pokemon or anything. We got the Alpha Outbreak spawns. I think there was another couple of missions or something you could do with like Dialga Palkia. And then I think there was what else was revealed? I don't even really remember that much, to be fair, from Legends Arceus' free update. But there wasn't anything like brand new. Like 5 new Mega Evolutions. That's like paid territory, because they are brand new Pokemon, and I don't think they're going to give those out for free. So this person says it's a free update, but I think 5 new, like any kind of new Pokemon, new forms, anything like that, I think will be paywalled. But anyway, and then it says adds 30 returning Pokemon, which isn't a lot, you know. If it was a paid DLC, you'd expect about 100 odd, but because this is a free update, they're saying 30. Also, it's like, where do you fit them all? In the town, like in the city? Because I highly doubt you'd be able to go anywhere in this DLC. It's all going to take place in Lumiose. So where do these 30 Pokemon just randomly spawn? That's kind of a question. Unless they open up a new kind of wild zone. And in that wild zone is where all these 30 Pokemon are. But either way, apparently 30 returning Pokemon. Remember, the Pokedex is about 260 or something like that from the leaks. So this would maybe push it close to 300. And then it says gives 3 brand new missions. So who knows what that would be. Obviously, it'd have to be post-game. So whatever the story is, it'd be something to do with that. I assume it'd be something to do with these Mega Evolutions. So maybe there's just someone that's, you know, found new Mega Evolutions or forced Pokemon to Mega Evolve or whatever, and we have to go discover it. Something like that, I would assume. But yeah, 3 brand new missions. There's a new character introduced called Marcus. I don't know if we've had a character called Marcus yet off the top of my head, but Marcus is apparently a new character, which I assume is going to be related to these missions, which I assume is going to be related to these Mega Evolutions. One of which is... Buffalo's a bit of a weird one as well. I mean, I get that it's the Generation 5 anniversary this year, but this would be coming out next year, so I don't really know about that. And it says roughly 3 hours playtime. So Mochi Mayhem, I think, was about an hour, and obviously that was a free update. The Legends Arceus, I mean, that added a couple of things, but it wasn't really like something to complete. There was just loads of different things you could do. So this would literally be just extra story missions, a bit like a post game, really. Even though we'd already get a post game in Legends ZA, I'd assume this would be an extra bit of post game that would introduce, like, say, some new Mega Evolutions and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, whether I believe it or not, probably not. I mean, again, I just can't see there being a free update that then introduces new Pokemon. I think if there's any kind of new Pokemon, it would be paid. But again, with DLC for Legends here, like, what can they do? Because it's just going to take place in the city, unless we go somewhere else. Like, it'd be really cool if a DLC pack came out where we went to like 2 different cities or something, and then we were able to, like, hatch Pokemon there. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be a way for them to kind of incorporate DLC into this game, because otherwise it's just going to be in the same city, Unless there's an area in Lumiose that we just can't get to, and then that's going to be opened up for DLC. That would be pretty cool. But as of right now, I just don't really believe that we're going to get new Pokemon with a free update. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think we're going to get Legends EA DLC? And if we do you think it is going to be something like this, or do you think it's just going to be something completely different? So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that rumor. Let me know your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff as well. The 8 players being able to be on the Switch 2, and then also the kind of 2019 development is when it started for the Switch 2. What are your thoughts on Black Bolt and White Flare, and then also the 2 announcements that were made for Pokemon TCG Pocket and also Pokemon Scarlet and Violet as well? But that's everything from me. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes, really helps out. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.